Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at the Menin Gate at Ypres in Belgium to commemorate the lives of all the men who died in World War I, but especially to remember the men of Bolton, almost 10,000 of them, who died in that Great War. But I'm also here to celebrate the death, or commemorate the death of my grandfather, Joseph Spencer. But I've also had special requests to mention certain men of Bolton. The first one that I'm going to do is actually on this panel that I'm coming up to now, and it's right at the top there. If I zoom in, you should be able to see his name, Harold Lord. Okay, he's there. And Harold was killed in action on the 1st of November 1914, Bolton. And as we continue, we look around the Menin Gate, and I continue mentioning especially the people I've been asked to mention from Bolton. First one is Walter Morris, who was wounded and survived until his 79th year. William Morris, killed in action 7th of November 1914. Ernest Barnes, killed in action 29th of October 1917. Matthew Best, killed in action 25th of October 1915. William Best died of his wounds on the 14th of April 1916. Joseph Aloysius Chick. William Sirdal, killed in action 27th of March 1918. Humphrey Milner Marsden, killed in action on the 11th of October 1918. Forrester Bennett, killed in action 30th of July 1915. Percy Kempster, killed in action 23rd of August 1918. And here we are now at panel 20 on Menin Gate to especially remember John Hind, service number 14520, who was killed in action on the 5th of May 1915. The next person we remember is Ernest Cole, who was wounded in action. Then we have James Corrigan, service number 30113, killed in action on the 29th of October 1918. Then we have Peter Corrigan, wounded in the Boer War. Walter Higginson. Peter Casey, killed in action in August 1917. Thomas Banks, killed in action 23rd of July 1917. Henry Speakman, killed in action on the 20th of July 1916, aged 22. James Millington Speakman, killed in action on the 16th of December 1916, aged 19. Joe Sanders, killed in action 22nd of July 1916. Fred Shuttleworth, killed in action 2nd of September 1918, aged 18. George Turner, killed in action on the 14th of October 1918, aged 19. Arthur Ridings, killed in action 21st of November 1917. And now we're going to go to the outside of Menin Gate and look at some of the panels along the way. Look at all the names. Australian, all the Australians here. Over 40,000 men's names. There's the Lancashire Fusiliers, the Yorkshire Regiment, the Royal Irish Regiment, Bedfordshire Regiment. We're going to the top of the monument now, and here you can see some of the memorials and the wreaths laid by visitors, which are constantly replenished here. And we enter another one of the sections of the gate, the Dorsetshire Regiment, the Black Watch. You see the individual names, and you notice that the ranks are in order. Loyal North Lancs. And up here at the bottom is that very special panel for me, which is of the Manchester Regiment, and on the third panel down we have to remember my grandfather, Joseph Spencer, who died on the 2nd of August, killed in action 2nd of August 1917. As we come to the end of our trip around the Menin Gate, just showing you around the surrounding area of the city of Ypres. And here is the monument. Over there in the far right hand side is where my grandfather's name is remembered. I'll finish off now by naming the rest of the list. Firstly, we have Arnold Ridings, who was killed in action on the 21st of November 1917. John William Simpkin, killed in action January 1917. Harold Dawson Hoskins, born in Bolton, killed in action May 1st 1917. Francis, otherwise known as Frank Le Breton, killed in action April 9th 1917, and also his son Francis, also known as Frank Le Breton, killed in action in Italy in World War II. And we will also today remember all the men, women and children who were killed in that other war, World War II. The next person is Thomas Leach, killed in action 14th of April 1916. Alfred Broughton, killed in action, aged 34, on the 7th of July 1916. John Astley Broughton, killed in action, aged 18, 26th of August 1916. Andrew Brockbank, killed in action, World War I, aged 18. Ernest Price, wounded in action, Burma, World War II. George Watkin Morris, killed in action on July 10th 1916 at the age of 20. And that comes to the end of the list, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope we will always remember these people, and I will never ever forget this trip. Thank you so much. God bless them all. May they rest in peace.